Howdy, I'm William Garner. Everybody calls me Bill, and I wrote JD and Me, Bad Ideas and Poor Judgment. It's been out for about 2 months. I've been getting a lot of interesting comments and questions back, and so I figured that this might be one of the more efficient ways of kind of filling folks in on stuff. As some of you know, I'm writing a series of books that are termed a Southern memoir. And what that really means is that these books are based on, to some degree, in truth. But there's a good deal of Southern storytelling going on here. There's a lot of fabrications and exaggerations. It's just never let the truth get in the way of a good story, and I really embrace that. So this book is about my high school years. And in 1973, a tornado hit my hometown, Jonesboro, Arkansas. And when I say hit my hometown, I don't mean that it came in and blew down a couple of houses and tore up some trees. It destroyed 5,000 houses in a town of 30,000 people. It hit every school in town. It took out all but, I think, 2 shopping centers. It was a big deal. Consequently, I went to school at the fairgrounds in portable buildings, and that was a unique experience, and it gave rise to a lot of freedom that everybody in high school at that time had. Jonesboro High was an amazing place with amazing teachers, very dedicated teachers who made the best of bad circumstances. They could have complained and bitched about all the inconvenience and the trouble they had to put up with, but they didn't. They just hunkered down and got her done. But in my case, I probably had too much freedom. I did used to duck hunt before class. My duck field was only about 15 minutes from the fairgrounds, and I could hunt before class. And the story about the principal and me hunting together, that's semi-true. That's semi-true. I had to embellish that a little bit, but other stuff I really had to tone down some. Some folks remark at the number of vehicles I wreck in the book. It only covers 2 years because I got asked to graduate as a junior because I'd become a disruptive influence. But yeah, there's a story in there where I hit a deer with my truck. And I had to tone that one down some because what actually happened in that was, the state trooper came and wrote me a ticket, an accident report. I didn't get a ticket. And we had a barbecue the next day. But what actually happened was the state trooper shows up at the barbecue. I didn't expect him to come. All my friends, we were sitting there with all these guns because there's nothing more fun than drinking and playing with guns. We had all these guns, some of which may not have been entirely legal. And we had a little pony keg of beer. It was the middle of summer. We had a deer on the fire, a fresh deer on a fire. There were an abundance of cigarettes, both legal and illegal. And I'm sitting there. We're talking. We're having a good time, drinking beer. And suddenly, all my friends get up and run across a corral, jump over the fence, take off out in the woods. And I thought, well, that's a little weird even for my friends. And then I turned around and I saw the state troopers. And I thought I was going to jail for a number of reasons. Well, it turns out the state trooper had brought a friend. They'd come out thinking that my father was going to be there because Dad knew all the state troopers. And we wound up shooting guns down the draw. I had a gun range set up. And when my friends heard the gunfire, they all figured it was safe to come back, which, when you think about that, just doesn't make good sense at all, does it? But that's the flavor of the times we lived in back then. It was the mid-1970s, 74, 75. It was a different time. To understand that time, you need to go back and listen to Jerry Jeff Walker's album, Viva Terra That's what we were into back then. And you kind of understand a little bit about what was going on. But to take this back to the book, there's a lot of stories in there that are semi-true. And there are a lot of characters in there who are semi-true. But let me tell you this: you should read this book if you got a kid ready to go into high school, or give it to your kid. Um, it's good, clean fun. There's nothing horrible in there. Um, yeah, I really don't know how my mother, and father put up with me because if one of my kids had pulled the crap that I pulled, I don't know what I'd do. You know what? I think I'd move their ass out to the farm. All right, so I hope you read my book, JD and Me, Bad Ideas and Poor Judgment. It's by William Garner. It's available on Amazon.com or Barnes & Noble or just damn near anybody that sells books. Or you can go to my website, WilliamLGarner.com, and get it from there. All righty, well, thank you much. And it's hotter than hell here, so I hope you're under the air conditioner somewhere. Talk to you again soon. Bye.